I now invite Vicky McGrath to make the opening remarks for 5 minutes on behalf of Rare Diseases Ireland.
Thank you very much. Good morning, my name is Vicky McGrath and I'm the Chief Executive of Rare Diseases Ireland, and we're the National Alliance for Rare Disease Patient Organisations in Ireland, working across all rare diseases, including oncology, to improve the lives of the estimated 300,000 people living with rare diseases in Ireland. I'd like to thank the Chair and the Committee for affording me the opportunity to address you today. 7 years ago, almost to the day, I sat in front of this committee and answered questions on the same topic of access to medicines for rare diseases. I spoke then of a reimbursement system that continues to fail the patients it's supposed to serve. I'd love to say that 7 years later things have changed, but sadly I can't. It was November 2018 when I last addressed this committee on this topic. It's worth noting that 2018 was also the year that the Health Committee published the Evaluating Orphan Drugs report, which called for reform of the reimbursement process, specifically for orphan medicinal products, or OMPs. As a quick reminder, OMPs, or orphan drugs, are defined as medicines that prevent or treat rare diseases, being those that affect 1 in 2,000 people. There are an estimated 6,000 to 8,000 rare diseases. According to Orphanet, which is, I guess, the European standard database for all things rare diseases, there are approximately 150 orphan medicinal products from 87 pharmaceutical companies authorised for sale in Europe as of March 2025. Less than 5% of rare diseases benefit from an orphan product, therefore. Marketing authorisation from the European Medicines Agency is the trigger for permitting a new orphan OMP to be made available. Specifically, marketing authorisation means a pharmaceutical company has received approval to sell a medicine in all EU countries based on a thorough scientific assessment of the medicine's quality, safety and efficacy. In the 5-year period following the 2018 meeting and publication of the Health Committee report, EMA, together with the Commission, has granted marketing authorisation to 76 orphan medicinal products. 8 have subsequently been withdrawn from the market, leaving 68 OMPs authorised by EMA to be placed on the market. That is 68 new medicines specifically targeting rare diseases. However, only 19 of these have been approved for reimbursement by the HSE. That means that just 28% of orphan products authorised in the 5-year period, January 2019 to December 2023, are available to Irish patients today. The average time from authorisation to HSE reimbursement for these 19 products is 1,024 days, approximately 2 years and 9 months. When so few innovative medicines are available to public patients in Ireland, no one can deny that the system is broken. I'd like you to note that I'm specifically referring to public patients here. We know that those that have access to private healthcare in Ireland are getting access to some of these non-HSE reimbursed OMPs privately. The government talks of sláinte care, universal single-tier service where access is based on need, not ability to pay. The reality is very different on the ground for people living with rare diseases, in particular rare cancers. You may hear HSE and industry say that delays for reimbursement decisions are largely the fault of the other party. Well, let me tell you that it's certainly not the fault of the patients that are seeking access to these OMPs. OMPs that will slow disease progression, stabilise health, improve quality of life, and sometimes are potentially even curative. OMPs that their friends and family members are getting access to in Northern Ireland or across the water in Great Britain and mainland Europe, or even more galling, that friends and family are accessing through private healthcare here in Ireland. It is not their fault. So what of the 49 OMPs that have received EMA market authorisation but are not even reimbursed by the HSE today? 27 of them have never even had an application for reimbursement filed with the HSE. Who is the gatekeeper when it comes to making clinical decisions on the best care for a patient? Not the healthcare expert, not even the HSE. Control has been ceded to the manufacturer in these circumstances. We have such an example from CHI over the last few weeks where a clinician has sought to get access to a therapy but has been denied access. The drug in question received authorisation over 4 years ago. Where is the equity in this? Correspondence from the Minister's Office to the affected family dated August of this year simply states that no pricing and reimbursement application has been received by the HSE. That's it, nothing more. The manufacturer has not submitted an application, therefore the drug is not available. Nothing we can do. Again, I ask, who's responsible for this? Who will take leadership and make certain that no more families are left to the whims of individual manufacturers? 27 OMPs with no application for reimbursement. That means the manufacturer has either determined that they won't seek reimbursement for the Irish market or that they are delaying seeking reimbursement. We must ask why this is. We are a wealthy country. We are the home to many pharmaceutical companies. We are a leader of life sciences innovation in Europe, yet no application for reimbursement is even being made. What type of reputation does Ireland have amongst small and innovative drug companies that they won't even make a submission for reimbursement? We are seeking to attract these innovators to our shores, but we can't even entice them to sell their novel products into our public healthcare system. Applications for reimbursement have been submitted for the remaining 22 orphan drugs, but no final decision has been made. 19 of the 22 have been in the reimbursement system for over 2 years, and 8 of them have been there for over 3 years. In fact, as of the start of this week, one product has been in the system for 2,190 days. That's 6 years. As an example of real-world impact that these delays have on people living with rare diseases, there is another drug that was approved by EMA in 2021. The application for reimbursement was submitted by the manufacturer over 3 years ago in mid-2022. The product is designed to target inoperable tumours on nerves in children aged 3 and over. The drug slows tumour growth and helps with symptoms like pain and weakness. While we wait for a decision to be made, tumours grow and affected children's physical and psychological health is allowed to deteriorate. Why do we allow this to happen? Why must children suffer while the grown-ups gather around tables to negotiate? These individuals should spend a day in the shoes of these children's parents to see the real pain and absolute urgency of their decisions.
We might move to a conclusion just in reach to time.
Okay. Positive reimbursement decision is not the end of the road. There's often a managed access programme which also adds delays, and there's not much capacity for new and novel therapies coming along, which is further adding delays to the submission process. Last year, in the run-up to the election, we sought government commitment to make OMPs available in Ireland within 12 months of EMA authorisation. I use this opportunity to reiterate this ask. We absolutely must strive to make all OMPs available to Irish patients within 12 months of authorisation over the lifetime of this government. That doesn't necessarily mean that a drug is reimbursed, but we need early access programmes to be implemented as soon as possible.
Thank you very much, Ms McGrath.